Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back. This week we get this Jeep Liberty sitting on its own weight and we get it to do airbag stuff. Stay tuned. This thing is going to be rad. I'm freaking stoked. Let's go. Alright, so I've got my back axle back in there. It's hopefully in there for the last time. We'll see. As you can see, I do not have my brakes on there yet, but that's next. Before I can put my brakes back on, I've got to, so I've already moved the backing plates and everything, but I've got to press out the studs that hold the caliper bracket to the axle. I got to press those out, take the backing plates off, and press them back in. That's what I'm getting ready to do. So I decided to just knock them out with the hammer. That was a little bit easier. I've got them in my press here so we can press these studs back in. Hopefully they go in straight. Let's see here. Let's see how straight it is. It's actually kind of crooked. That's not good. Let's see if we can straighten that up. You know. I hope I can. Holy moly. That got it, I think. That scared me. Alright, I think we're good now. Man, it scared me a little bit. Oh yeah, beautiful. 3 more to go. Well, apparently I'm a big dummy because I went to go put all my brakes together and I realized I don't have any bearing grease. So when I go to town later, I'll pick some up and we'll get back on that. But in the meantime, I picked up something that I think is going to work, and that is a steering gearbox out of a JKU. I believe it's like around a 2010-ish. Not sure. Hopefully this is going to work. Got a really good deal on it. Like I do everything else because I have to, because this thing's on a budget now. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this mocked up to see if it's actually going to work, to see if I can make this thing work. It's kind of big and bulky, but I think it's going to work. I hope it's going to work. I really don't have a choice but to make it work. So let's dive right in to the engine compartment and figure out exactly how this is not going to fit in here. Yeah. Alright, so far trying to mock up this steering gearbox out of the 2010-ish JKU, and I think it's going to work, but like everything else on this Jeep, there's absolutely no room to do any daggone thing. You got to cut everything out of the way to do what you want and then try and put everything back. That's what I'm doing. It's gonna I don't know. Let's see. Alright, so there it is. It's done. Woo! No, it's not even close, but it is sort of kind of in its place. Now this bracket here did that, you know, it supports the radiator and everything. All that's still good and strong, but I did have to cut a section of it out here. So I did that, got this to fit, then I realized coming down here to the other end of it, right there, that is where the pitman arm goes. This is in the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the whole lower portion of this radiator support, put all my steering and everything together, and then I'm going to build a lower support for it. That's the idea. That's the plan. I think it's gonna work. I mean, I gotta take the radiator and all this other crap out anyway, so I can drill the holes for the new gearbox. So while I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna work on the bumper and do a bunch of other crap, and then throw all this other crap back together. I think. I don't know. You never know with these builds. You never know how it's gonna go, because when you go to do one thing, you have to take something else apart, and before you can put it all back together, you realize, oh hey, I got to do this too. Might as well do this while it's apart. But at the same time, I'm still trying to get my axles put in. We'll see. It's gonna come together. It'll be together. It'll be on its own weight. It will be on its own weight by 2030, probably. No, hopefully by the end of this video, this thing is sitting on its own weight. Somehow, some way, I'm going to try and make it happen. Man, I got a mess going. So, I've got all 4 holes drilled on both sides, all the way through, here and here. So, I'm getting ready to make a plate to plate this inside to make it a little stronger, kind of like a spacer plate, I guess. But something that's just a little bit more solid to kind of draw everything together. Now there is a tube inside of here already that makes this frame a little stronger right here. So I don't think I'm going to have to do anything to support the insides, because since it already has that one support tube, I think it's going to be okay. So now I've got to go over to the drill press and finish making my plate. All right, so I got my plate drilled, started putting everything on, and I realized I made a little bit of a boo-boo, but that's okay. I already got it fixed. It wasn't that big of a deal, but this JKU steering box fits like a freaking sock in here. It's awesome. Check it out. Look at this. Look at that. Boing. Look. Got all 4 bolts in it. Got a drop pitman arm on there from the old rough country. All 4 bolts bolted in. Boom, shakalaka. I had to put a little light on this. I had to shed some light on it. Is the factory Liberty power steering lines work. Same fittings, everything bolts up, everything's good. Hopefully it's not backwards. Don't think it is. We'll see when I go to turn this sucker. So this here is the other cool part. So look how close that is. Here to here. That's how close. So I think all I got to do is take this piece off back here somewhere, extend it about 3 inches, and we'll have steering. Yeah. Okay, so my theory is on these Liberties, they've got the 3.7 in it, and I know the Rams, the Dodge Rams came with the 3.7 in it too. So I'm hoping, and they've got bigger axles, so I'm hoping this power steering pump will be enough to turn this bigger gearbox, which in turn steer the 37s. I hope. If not, I've got a buddy that has a hydro assist that I'm going to get. I'm probably going to get it off him anyway, just so I can have it, just in case. But my plan is to just not run hydro assist. If I have to, I will, but I don't want to just yet. So, steering's done. My seals and stuff showed up for this front axle, so I'm going to pull this axle out since I got all this extra room up here because all this other junk ain't in the way. I'm going to start throwing it together. I got grease for the rear axle. I'm going to throw it together. And we're going to have wheels and tires on this thing, hopefully, by tomorrow. Tomorrow. Hopefully. I know I'll have it at least on the back tomorrow. maybe the next day I'll have it on the front. We'll see. But super stoked about the steering. I know I didn't show you a whole lot of it, but I was kind of in the groove, kind of just working. You know how it is, jamming, working. But I am pretty stoked about it. So let's see what else we can get done. Alright guys, so I just want to take a second and say thank you again for watching my videos. It really does mean a lot. But it's been brought to my attention that 96%-ish of you that are watching are not subscribed to the channel. So do me a favor, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I do giveaways. We do all kinds of fun stuff. So I really do appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button real quick. Help me out. Appreciate it. Alright guys, today's a new day. I stayed out here for a little while last night. Kind of nitpicked with a few things. Checking out all my brakes. Turns out I definitely need to get on new brakes, which I kind of plan on doing that anyway. But today I am test fitting these wheels and tires on the back. I've got the axle put back together. I don't have brakes on it, but I do have the bearings and all that stuff in it. So let's check it out. That tire is fully mounted on the axle. Now, it looks freaking sick. It's got all kinds of clearance in there for the bag, for the shock. I know where I'm putting the shock. It's got all kinds of clearance up in this general region. Alright, I'm going to go stick this other one on. Right, cha. And we're going to put some air. We're going to put some air in these rear bags. I'm going to set the rear end on the ground. We're going to put some air in it. We're going to see how this thing looks. I'm freaking stoked. Let's go. That is full stuff. Right there. It will not get any higher or any closer than this. Now if I run 40s, it'll probably touch. But 37 is good so far. I think I've got probably a little more trimming to do back here on this passenger side, but so far everything's looking pretty good. Oh man, that looks good. I'm stoked about it. Gosh, making steps today. All right, now pump some air in, see what she's gonna look like. Woo! I'd say somewhere right there probably will be ride height, if I had to guess. Let me pump a little more air and block this line off. And block this line off, get a better look. Okay. Oh yeah. Man, that looks good. Man, that looks good. So, my lower links, the idea is to get them flat. And I know it's kind of hard to see with the jack stands in the way, but they're almost there. So I don't know how much air is in the bags, just because I don't have gauges or anything hooked up to it yet, but I will have once I get to that point where I can, install the whole air ride system. But for right now, I'm pretty stoked that the rear is sitting on its own weight. Now for the front, I'm gonna pull the front axle out, put it all back together as far as I can, and then get it sitting on its own weight. I'm a little nervous about the front bags. I'm not sure. I don't know how that's going to work. I may end up having to do something different with the bags in the back, just because I don't want this thing to have some crazy like front high rake deal going on. But we'll see what that looks like once I get it all done. Whew. So, I'm sure you can already kind of tell The axle's not complete. So, but I do need to go ahead and get it back under here so I can fully mock up my airbags. I think I'm gonna have an issue with my airbags on the rear, so I want to get everything bolted up and sitting on its own weight in the front so I can see what I'm gonna have to do with the rear. I don't know if I'm gonna get longer bags or figure out a different mounting system or what I'm gonna have to do. So I'm gonna get this bolted back in, so get my airbags put back in, supply air to everything, get my wheels and tires and everything put on it, and see the difference in the airbag height in the front versus the rear. So that's the plan. All right, so front axle's on. I've kind of got my airlines mocked up. Definitely not in their permanent place, but it's time to go ahead and put all 4 wheels and tires on this thing and get it sitting, I guess, on its own weight. You could say it's going to be sitting on the airbags. I still don't have shocks yet, but we're going to see. I put a spacer in the rear. I'll show you that. I've actually got to grab the other one, put it in. But yeah, put a spacer in the rear, so hopefully this thing doesn't sit all goofy, but you'll see whenever I see. So let's get some wheels and tires put on this bad boy. Let's see what it looks like. I'm pretty stoked. I'm excited. Super excited. Let's go. Look at the front of this thing. This thing is sick. Dude, look at that. Man. I don't know if you can tell, but right now the front tires stick out past this part of the bumper. That's what you want. Plenty of room for 40s. Oh, dude, this thing is going to be sick. All right, let's put the back tires on. All right, this thing is 100% sitting on its own weight. Look, it rolls. So it's all the way on its own weight. I have not applied any air to any of the bags yet, so let's do it together right now. We're gonna do it. It can't fall because it's not on anything. So let's see. Kind of nervous. Here we go. Going up. Dude. I do kind of have to be careful because my transfer case can be held by a board, but I don't want it to go up too high. Look at that. Alright, so I put a jack under the transfer case for safety so I don't tear anything up. I want to see just how high this thing's going to go. So let's see. Going up. Dude. That kind of looks ridiculous, but it's awesome. There it goes. Man, I was trying to block it off so I could see from the side. That didn't work. Let's try again. Alright, so I don't think this is where ride height's going to be, but I'd say it's going to be fairly close to that. So it don't look bad. It'll definitely look better with 40s on it versus 37s, but that's all I got for now. So super stoked that this thing is sitting on its own weight. It is quite bouncy. But not as bad as I thought it would be. Let's check this side out. Yeah. Super stoked about this. Man. Cannot believe it's taken me this long to get this thing sitting on its own weight. But I will say I am very happy with the results. This thing is going to be an absolute beast. Yeah. I'm going to do a walk around of it real quick. Kind of put eyes on all the links. Make sure there's nothing binding, nothing rubbing or touching anywhere. And then I think I'm going to get some measurements for some drive shafts. Nope, can't do that. I got to put my second transfer case in first. I'm trying to get ahead of myself here. Can't do that. One step at a time. So, what do you think? Tell me in the comments. Is this as sick as I think it is, or is it dumb? Let me know. Well, I'm gonna continue to mess around with this for a little bit. Check some clearances on my links and everything. But if you like the build, please let me know in the comments. If you don't like the build, if you think it's goofy or dumb or ain't gonna work, tell me. I like to read those too. But I'm super freaking stoked about this thing so far. I hope you guys are too. I appreciate you guys watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and keep watching. Keep watching. I hope I get voted in for the Bleeping Jeep Beast Wars. I think this thing's gonna do awesome. So again, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next video.